Well, hello, wonderful people. So this is the Galactic Mayan Astrology report for let me just check the Gregorian date, 7th of February 2019. And the Wavespell, the 13-day process that we're moving into, is epic. It's one of the biggies. Scattered throughout the 260-day process of the Galactic Mayan calendar. There are what they call portal days. So portal days are essentially about where the veil between the worlds or the dimensions is thinner. So it's a really amazing day for manifestation. It's a really interesting day to see. You know, it's like, you know, those days or those experiences or those times where the mirror is so incredibly clear and strong between what's going on in your internal world and what's going on in your outer reality. That's what a portal day is. And this Wavespell and one other Wavespell, which I think is the Yellow Human Wavespell, has got 10 back-to-back portal days within it. Okay, so we've got 10 superpower days coming up within this 13-day process. So what that means is it's going to be intense, it's going to be big, and who knows what that means, but the potential for transformation, the potential for alignment is huge, because, you know, the subtler dimensions, the truth of reality, the expanding consciousness, you know, that we are, is going to be clearer. So it's a great time for shifting things, it's a great time for bringing things towards us, for thinking about what we want, for really tuning in and really giving ourselves the opportunity to dive deep. Now, the Wavespell energy, so the sign that is beginning this 13-day process, which is then the energy that gets carried through the 13 days, is the energy of Yellow Serpent. Did I just say Yellow Serpent? I meant Red Serpent. I'm totally like, woo, at the moment. Personally, I don't know if I'm coming out of it yet, or if I'm still within it, the cocoon, following a massive dark night of the soul, which I'll share a little bit more about at the end of the video. But to begin with, yeah, the energy that we're working with is Red Serpent. So Red Serpent is all about the shedding of skins, the release of the identities, you know, that no longer serve us, the ability to be able to grow and let go, you know, because I think this is something that, especially in the fractions of the world that are not operating from a place of personal development and evolution, there's this fixation on, okay, so you need to decide who you are, and then you have to hold on to that. And your relationships and your home and your outer reality stay the same if you're a stable person. But the truth is that if we are always growing, which we all are always anyway, for us to then hold on to things that once served us when we were in a previous state of ourselves can be really, really damaging. It can hold us back, you know, and all of a sudden we can feel like we don't fit within our world and our reality because we've changed, but we're not allowing the outer world to change. So it's really, really, really amazing, you know, during this process to notice what we still want to hold on to and check in as to whether, okay, but does that serve me now? Or is it something that served me, you know, at a previous time? And be really discerning, you know, about what we're doing with our time. Who are we spending our time with? You know, what are we investing our money in? You know, how are we treating our body? Really looking at all of the different elements of our lives and really checking in to see, okay, does this serve me now? And if it doesn't, then allowing it to fall away. Now, the other big side of Red Serpent is the energy of Kundalini energy. So, you know, this dormant serpent that's at the bottom of the spine as an energy that then begins to move its way up through the spine before it then comes into the pineal gland. And And as this energy moves up the spine, it works with all of our chakras to open anything that's blocking our chakras so that the serpent can move. And it's quite contested around Kundalini activations. Like it's a contested idea that you can, stimulate this yourself. A lot of people would say that there are certain times in life, like as a person ages, that then the Kundalini naturally begins to open and make its way. I personally feel that drugs can kind of open the chakras and open the energy from the top down, as opposed to this grounded bottom up movement of the serpent. And so this Kundalini energy is really, really, really held within this space, within this Wavespell, and it might be a really, really good time to do some Kundalini yoga. Personally, for me, I find Kundalini yoga a bit overwhelming, and I love it, but it wiggles me out of reality, or wiggles me into reality to a point where I don't feel stable. So for me, it's not something that I play with, but for others, it can be a really, really amazing tool. And just this energy of Kundalini as well, it really, really opens up this we are all one thing. We are all one, and we are constantly, perceiving what's going on within, without, and the collective. There's no separation within all of that. So that's something else that can really come forward during this time of Red Serpent and this superpower time. It's like, wow, really, those embodied experiences of connection and the liberation that comes from being able to let go of these past identities. And I know that, in previous times where I've spoken about Red Serpent energy, I will always say the snake goes blind when it sheds its skin. So if you need to go into your cocoon, if you need to retreat from the world, really honour that. It's okay. It's totally okay. And just know that whatever you go through during this 13-day process is really going to bring you out on the other side in such a pure and happy and contented space, because with any shedding, there's always, that space on the other side that's just like, wow, space. So so personally, I've been on a huge journey the past few months, really, that accumulated a few weeks ago, and I literally went into probably the darkest time of my life, the scariest time, I guess, as opposed to dark, the most frightening, I guess. And it was like everything, I questioned every element of who I am. I doubted every element of who I am, all of my interests, everything that makes me me, completely was dissolved. But in a very painful way. It wasn't like this beautiful dissolving process. It was really, really scary and really, really painful. And as a result of that, I made some decisions, and I moved myself to a different place, and I'm very, very happy that I did, and it was exactly what I needed to do. And I'm slowly coming back into being able to relate on an outer level. But it's very interesting that I was speaking to a dear sister about it, and she was saying, well, isn't it, you're from the UK, and at the moment the UK is in winter, which is this really internal, shedding, super feely, deep down, dark space. But then I found myself in a summer environment, so my internal season and the external season were not in alignment. And I found it really, really interesting to see, how these seasons are really, really imprinted on us internally. Dependent on where on the planet we were born and where we spent time. We embody what's on the outside in the same way that the astrology pinpoints us to that location, and that's what the sky looked like and what was going on in the cosmos at that moment. In the same way, it's seasonal, so the time of year that we're born and all of that. So really, really, really interesting times. and I'm feeling like I am going to have a little break from social media and Facebook, so I will still be posting my Wavespell videos on YouTube. So if you are not already doing so, I suggest that you follow me if you would like to still receive the videos. And interestingly as well, I feel quite inspired to be sharing a little bit more about the journey that I've been on in the past few months, which again will come organically at the perfect time. So even though I will be quiet on the Facebook world, I feel that I'm going to be quite active in other ways as well. And yeah, I feel very like I'm in the birthing tunnel. You know, it's like I'm not fully out yet, but I can see the life that's coming, if you know what I mean. It's like I can see there's still, like, I'm still held within this cocoon space, but I can feel the new form building. So it's really beautiful. And yeah, this Wavespell is amazing. I feel like for me personally, you know, with everything that I've been working at, because this is the incredible thing of doing personal development, and the incredible thing of, you know, going into these dark spaces of our own selves, you know, where we get to see all of our fears, all of our limiting beliefs, all of our assholeness, you know, all of that shit. Like, it was just as if everything that was in my shadow, you know, for the things that I didn't want to look at, whether they be things that, you know, I was doing wrong, whatever that means, but disrespectful, or, you know, with beliefs that I have about myself that limit all of this stuff. It was just like the veil just went bloop, there you go, have a little look at all that, enjoy. But the amazing thing is, you know, like I say, with doing personal development and stuff, anything like that is just a wicked opportunity. Even though it's really painful, even though it feels like fuck, oh, this is awful, that overriding sense of, actually, this is all within me, and the more that I am able to not run from this and not need to escape this, and working with it and transforming it, all of that shit transformed gives so much gold, so much gold. And if we didn't go there, if we didn't get taken into the space, we won't be able to access the gold. You can't get the stuff from the earth, you know, the amazing diamonds and stuff that are in the earth, you can't get them without digging up the shit, you know. And that's really the thing. So use this 13-day process of Red Serpent as an opportunity to really dive in to all of your shit, you know, so whatever is there, and really use the portal, because the more that we use these portals in, then the next time the portal opens, we get to go a bit deeper, and the deeper that we go that way, the deeper that we go the other way too. So it's just this constant journey, which is amazing, but we've got to utilise the windows. So this 13-day process with 10 portal days is an incredible window. So I send you loads and loads of love, loads and loads and loads of love, you know, and I feel really like so appreciative to be in a cold environment and really able to fully embrace the season that I feel like I'm in, you know. And I woke up this morning just like, oh, I'm so grateful, I'm so happy, I feel so complete, I just feel, yes, it's like the fire is back, and the fire is back in a very internal way, but the fire is back, which is awesome. So enjoy this Wavespell, and yeah, see you on the other side, where we begin to go into the heart, which is amazing. We're almost in the central column of the entire process. So stay tuned for more on that. Loads of love, loads of wonderfulness, and loads of gratitude for you watching this. Big ups!